Alrighty. So this is Diesel for We the People News. I'm not attorney nor claim to be attorney. So take it as you wish. This is a learning video. Y'all make your own conclusion. I'm not responsible for y'all's actions or anything like that. I never look straight forward. I always look around me for the outside forces may want to commit harm upon me. Whether it's a thing or man. Alright? We're going to be staring at this picture because it really don't have a video even though it's a video. Alright? But this is what best I've found of this Article 1, Section 1. Okay? And this is the reason why we talk about never understanding any things that come out of their mouth. But they go into a little bit more depth of how this is done. And we're just going to go ahead and proceed forward on this, okay?
Alright, rules of construction? No, it's going to say numbers, something about numbers and gender.
Yes, words denoting number, gender, and so forth.
Okay, now stop right there. I want you to read only the first line and then stop.
In determining the meaning of any act of Congress, unless the context indicates otherwise.
Now, who wrote Title 26?
That's way over my head. I wouldn't be able to answer that yet.
All right? Congress wrote it. Congress wrote it. All right? So, any act of Congress. So, Congress wrote Title 26.
I see.
Now, they're going to give you the glossary page. In other words, if they're talking about something, this is what they're talking about, unless they tell you otherwise. Now, read just the second line, and then stop.
Words importing the singular include and apply to several persons, parties, or things.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, what does singular mean?
Well, I mean, I think I know, but I'd probably look it up being you're asking me.
That's okay. Go ahead. What do you think it means? They ask me singular, so what does singular mean?
Speaking in the first position.
All right. Now that you said that, read that again. Read that again, if you will, that same line.
Words importing the singular include and apply to several persons, parties, or things.
What does singular mean?
Well, now it means whatever they say, I guess.
No, it means several.
Yeah, several, whatever. Persons, parties, like a noun. They're basically saying it's a noun.
Well, no, what they're saying is, see, unless we tell you otherwise, it means several. Several. Now read the next line.
Words importing the plural include the singular.
So what does plural mean?
Singular.
So plural means one and singular means more than one. Now, if you don't know that and you go in there and they ask you a question, how many wives do you have? I have a singular wife. They convict you for bigamy. Why? Because you said you had more than one. Now no, I didn't. Well, you're going to argue an argument that you can't win because they didn't tell you otherwise. Doesn't that make sense? So what I do, everything they ask me, I make them define it so that I get, unless we tell you otherwise. I get the otherwise before I start. That way I don't have to fight from a hole. I don't have to dig a hole and then bury myself and then try to get out. I'll read the next line.
Words importing the masculine gender include the feminine as well.
Now, do you see a problem with that?
I don't see a problem with it, but...
All right, now hold on. Are you a male or a female?
YouTube Music Premium is dedicated to you. During your dinner party with friends and family...
Well, if I tell you I don't understand the question, but I'm a male.
All right. I could in the court say he's a female. I could say that because it says right there, male means female and female means male. See? Now, unless you know. So I would say, I don't know. Are you a male or female? I don't know. What do you mean by that? See, once they define it, then I can answer the question. Now read the next line.
Words used in the present tense include the future as well as the present.
Now, do you see the problem there?
No.
All right. What are you going to be in the future? Tell me what are you going to do in the future?
What I'm doing right now.
Well, that's what it says. So in the future, you're going to be young. In other words, if you're 40 today, and 10 years from now, you're still going to be 40, correct?
Correct.
See, that doesn't make any sense to me. If I'm 40 today, in 10 years, I'm going to be 50. Not according to them. See, they get everything convolvulated. That way, you're trying to figure out what they're saying. You're scared that you're going to go to prison. And now you're trying to argue an argument you can't argue. Now, this also goes to whoever wrote the statutes. Well, the statutes are in the state. Who wrote your state statutes? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Congress. Well, the legislatures wrote your state. Your state. Okay. Well, the legislature, guess who they are? They're Congress. So Congress wrote your state statutes also. So what is it? What does future mean? Well, it means right now. See, but what I'm telling you is that's why when we go and argue and in court, if we have to, we don't understand it. Well, they're really corrupt. Well, they are corrupt. There's no question they're corrupt. But we're letting them be corrupt. This is how you take the corruptness much. You make them less corrupt. They can be corrupt with anybody they want to, as long as they ain't with me. Now read the next line, if you will.
The words insane and insane person shall include every idiot, insane person, and person non-compos mentis.
Okay, that means you're nuts. Non-compos mentis means they've determined you're nuts. See? So you ever heard, I don't know if anybody's ever been involved with them, but they'll say, if you don't answer the questions the way we want them answered, we're going to have you taken in for a mental evaluation. They're telling you they're using Title I, Section 1. See, there's a way around all of that. Now, read the next line.
The words person and whoever include corporations, companies, associations, firms, partnerships, societies, and joint stock companies, as well as individuals.
Okay, now, I have a friend of mine, whoever. Do you know him?
No.
Okay. Now, tell me who General Motors is.
I can't tell you that.
You don't know what so you're telling me you don't know what General Motors is. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I don't believe you, not for 1 minute. Now, they're going to take you in for a mental evaluation.
Well, I don't know who they are.
Really? What are they?
I mean, it's an automotive corporation for what I know.
Okay. So it's an automotive corporation. I asked you if you knew whoever. You said no. Read that one again, please.
Because whoever, I see.
Whoever means corporation, so you do know. See, we're answering questions that we have no idea. That's why I always make them define what they're saying. Read the next one.
Officer includes any person authorized by law to perform the duties of the office.
Doesn't say he has to do them right. Doesn't say he has to follow the law. It just says he can do them. See the problem we're getting now? All of a sudden we're so upside down on this. We don't know what's going on. See? All I'm trying to do is show you that if you get squeezed, you got an argument. If you get a speeding ticket, you go to court and you ask the cop anything that you ask him, he's up there. He can answer it any way he wants. Why? Because he's got the ability to do that. Why? Because they said he did. See the problem we have? We have to understand this going in so that when we go in, we have a great argument that they can't meet. Now let's read the next one.
Signature or subscription includes a mark when the person making the same intended it as such.
Okay, so if you get a letter in the mail from the judge and he's got a dot on a piece of paper, tell me what that dot is.
Well, by this, it says that that's a signature.
Ain't that something? So that's a signature. We're going to argue with the judge. I want an original blue ink signature. I'm not falling for none of this nonsense. Well, he just gave you a signature. Now I'll read the next one.
Oath includes affirmation and sworn includes affirmed.
That's fine. We know that's pretty obvious. Now I'll read the next one.
Writing includes printing and typewriting and reproductions of visual symbols by photographing, multigraphing, mimeographing, manifolding, or otherwise.
So that dot on a piece of paper is his signature. You can reproduce it as many times as you want. That's what it says. So if you get a dot on a piece of paper, and we already said that it was the judge's signature, you're waiting for an original blue ink signature, you'll never get one because you just got it. It says right there. They can reproduce it. So you got an original blue ink signature from a judge with just a dot on a piece of paper. Did you know that?
So are you saying that if they came with a warrant, there was just a dot on there, that would be good enough?
Okay, let's read that again. Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah, writing includes printing and typewriting and reproductions of visual symbols by photographing, multigraphing, mimeographing, manifolding, or otherwise.
So, a dot on a piece of paper is the judge's signature. If they got a warrant and they print out 50 warrants, and then they fill them in, you can say, I want to see the original blue ink signature from the judge. You got it. A dot on a piece of paper, the 50th generation, that's an original blue ink signature by the judge, according to Title 1, Section 1. Isn't that what that says?
That's what I think it says.
Okay, now let's read the next one. That may have been the last one.
That's the last one, other than lots of numbers.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So we're going to go to court. We're going to say, well, by God, I don't have to answer you because I want an original blue ink signature. We're going to go to jail because we're in contempt of court. Those corrupt, no good pieces of crap. Well, it says right there, a dot is his signature. They can reproduce it, manifold it. See? In other words, if we know this going in, we can build a defense using their language. That's to our advantage. Does that make sense?
To be honest, I'm starting to grasp what you're saying, but I can't honestly say it makes sense to me yet, but I am kind of understanding.
I appreciate the...
I understand what you're saying, but I wouldn't be able to speak or even think like you're alluding.
Well, it's a gift. It's a curse. It's a gift. It's a curse.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife would probably say that.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, she doesn't like. Yeah, she doesn't. But the problem we're having, see, we think they're saying blue and they're really saying red. That's what it says.
So how? I guess what I don't understand is so there's something missing in my thinking because I can't quite figure out what you're saying. I mean, I see it a little bit, but how are you building a case against what they're saying?
All right. Let me show you. I'm going to make a statement here. I want you to defend it, okay? You ready?
Okay.
You're the dumbest guy on this phone call tonight. Now, you have to defend that. Now, defend that.
I was just saying, well, you'd have to tell me what dumb means because I don't think I'm dumb.
Okay? I don't have to tell you. See, you've already stepped in it. Now, say the same thing to me, and I'm going to show you how I defend everything.
Which guy?
I think you're the dumbest guy on the call.
Thank you. What proof do you have that I'm the dumbest? on the call. Okay, Your Honor, I want that stricken from the record. He's making statements that have that go nowhere. I'll never admit to anything. See, I'm always on offense. So, by me saying you're the dumbest, and you say, well, I don't know what to say. I don't think I'm that dumb. What you're doing is, then I would say, okay, since you're not that dumb, tell me what dumb means. Now, you're on defense. You say, well, it's somebody who's got a low IQ. Well, that doesn't mean they're dumb. That just means they got a low IQ. See, no matter what you say, because of their language, they got you. So, what I try to do is I try to defend myself without defending myself. I try to defend myself on offense at all times. I'm never on defense. So if I'm never on defense, they can't score on me, can they?
Right. I guess I just have to keep listening till I understand better what it is that like I said, I know what you're saying. I just don't know how to say it. Or think it. It's more like I don't know how to think that way at the beginning, yet.
Well, are you educated? Have you been to college?
No.
Okay. If you have been, that's even worse. See, I have a PhD. I have a public high school diploma. And so, you see, what happens is it's all into what they say. In other words, if you call, let's say you call the junkyard. You say, look, I got a red truck. It's a pickup truck. It's a half ton. I got a dent on the hood and I need a hood. He says, yeah, we got 12 of them. Come get one. You drive down there and he puts it in the back of your truck. You pay for it and go home and it won't fit. Why won't it fit?
Because I didn't specify what hood I was looking for?
That's what I do right there. I made them specify the hood. Well, what kind of hood? What year? What model? What make?
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to show you. That's what I try to do. Title 26 is it's about it's almost a foot thick. So it's got 16,000 pages in it. Are you interested in memorizing it? I can teach you how to memorize it over the weekend.
I don't even know what to say. I can't even memorize a phone number, so I'd be surprised.
Okay, I'm telling you, I will teach you how to memorize 16,000 pages over the weekend. I can do it.
Okay.
Now, you're in front of a computer. Would you look up one more thing, and I'm going to show you how to do it?
Sure.
Okay? Put in your search engine 1040 instructions. While you're looking that up, I'll go to someone else, and then when you get it there, let me know you're there, and we'll put you back on, and I'm going to let you read it, and you're going to know it. You're going to know Title 26 tonight better than you've ever known it in your life.
You said M40?
Oh, 1040.
Oh, okay.
The 1040 instructions.
Okay. I got it.
All right, go to page 108. At the top of that page, what does it say?
I'm scrolling right now. I'm pretty close. 108.
Yeah.
Top of the page, it says Disclosure Privacy Act and Paperwork Reduction Act Notice.
Okay, so the IRS's Paper Reduction Act, Privacy Act Notice, it's got 3 columns. Go to the left column, 3rd paragraph. Don't start reading it yet, but I'm going to ask you a question. Do you follow 1040?
Generally, this was the first year I didn't.
See, that's not what I asked you, but okay. Why?
Okay.
See, you already got 2 hours worth of beating up on you now. But why didn't you file?
Why didn't I file?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
Because I'm going to show you how to answer it.
Okay. Why didn't I file? Because I didn't want to this year. I wanted to figure out how to work it through for me, I just have to stop doing things, and then I'll figure it out as I go. If I get in trouble, I'll get in trouble, but I'll still figure it out.
All right, I'm going to show you how come you don't have to file. Go to the to the left column, third paragraph. Do not read it fast, because I'm going to stop you so we can define what they're saying, so you can understand why you're not liable to file a 1040. Go ahead, read it.
Okay, so it's just sentence by sentence.
If you wanted me to make another video on this and finish this out, that right there is more along the lines of tax. Okay? But anyway, this is the reason why you don't really understand whatever they say. Whatever they say is the exact opposite. They are trying to get you to answer questions to incriminate yourself in court. Alright? You had the right to remain silent, but they have that little itch saying that you must answer questions. Yeah, it's crooked, but it is what it is, y'all. Alright, and again, like I said, you may have to listen to this 3 or 4 times, because, you know, you gotta think backwards. You know, everything's upside down. So you gotta make them define everything, right? Author. Do you know how fast you're going? Well, when I play golf, you know, my ball goes about 300 miles an hour. You know, they didn't define how fast in the vehicle I was going, right? So this is the words they do to trick you into there. And, you know, let's come up with another one. Is sky blue? Well, yes it is. But are you sure that sky is blue? Now the judge is going to ask, is the sky blue? If you answer yes, well, then you made a claim. Alright? The correct answer would be from you is to whom? Right? Sky may be blue from Georgia, but it may be cloudy outside, so it's gray. 9 o'clock at night, it's black. I'm colorblind, it's pink. Right? But the judge don't know all these things, right? He just wants you to make a claim. So therefore, you can kind of keep arguing in court, right? Whoa, wait a minute. You know, he does something in there because you made this claim sky blue. Well, he says, well, you're locked up because the cloud's gray. We have a storm outside. 5 days in jail, buddy. You know what I mean? He didn't say when, where, or how. You made him define it for you. Or you actually defined it for him. Okay? So, and I'm making this a little harder than it is. But the judge asked if it's blue. To whom? And what time of day is it? Right? You cannot give an answer because he never defined it. Right? But you can make a claim because we've been taught the sky is blue. The sky is not always blue, y'all. Midnight, it's dark. 9 o'clock, it's dark. We got thunderstorms, clouds above us, it's gray. Colorblind, pink. Right? Alright, so to whom would be the correct answer? These are We the People News. Bye, y'all.